Again, here at the Prospect Studios with our lovely and talented buddy Barbara. Hi, Barbara.
That's very nice. Hi.
Hi. Tell us your title, Barbara.
Okay.
Well, tell us the story.
The story. No, sure.
Wait, are you sitting comfortably? Let's begin.
Yes, so. The title that is in the credits and on my paycheck says medical researcher. But when Elizabeth Klavitter, who's now a producer on the show, first sort of started the medical researcher job, she gave herself the title of Director of Medical Research, which is...
She's made up titles, in other words.
But it's not true, you know, but it sounds, you know, much, just sounds, I don't know, more elegant or smarter. I just feel smarter with that title, so that's what's at the bottom of all my emails, is Director of Medical Research, but yes, medical researcher.
So I think I should probably revise the title of our GA crew call today. Then we are here with our Director of Medical Research, yes. Barbara.
Thank you, Karen.
You're very welcome. And how long have you been with us at Grey's?
I first came to Grey's near the end of season 9, like episode 9, 17 or 18 or something like that.
You're still a bit of a newbie in terms of Grey's
considering
history.
Yeah, I mean, you look at people who've been here from the pilot, so I do feel
old decrepit people, yes.
Quite new, yeah.
And exactly what does a Director of Medical Research do?
Lots of Googling, for one. No, but it's anytime we need a medical story for our show, which is obviously a lot about medical and surgeries and stuff like that, it's either Googling it or getting on the phone with a number of consultants that we have on staff, or reaching out to specialists who maybe have done this particular surgery or have a lot of experience in this field or whatever it is. It's just a lot of going out and finding the information however we have to do that. And sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's really, really hard. But
now, and do you actually find the medical conditions, or do they present you with a medical condition and then you have to research it?
Both.
Okay.
Right. So every morning I'll send out an email of just something in the news that I've read about or that the writers have read about. Like, hey, this might be a cool case that we could do or a cool condition to highlight. But sometimes and actually most of the time, it's obviously about the personal stories we're telling with our characters. So we want Meredith and Maggie to have a case. So then we kind of work backwards to find the medicine that will fit the personal story that we're trying to tell, which obviously is the juiciest stuff. And it's all cool, but, you know.
We've already had somebody ask about Linda Klein and her relation. Linda Klein is our medical producer.
Yes. Who,
once you have sort of presented her with what it is we're trying to accomplish, then you guys work with her in actually executing it.
Yes.
Is kind of how that would work.
Correct.
Right?
So there's me, and then we have 3 other people in the writer's office who are on Team Medical, as we call ourselves. It's Zoanne, who is an ER physician for years and years and years, and an executive producer who's been on the show since pretty much day 1. We have Fred, who, similar boat, ER physician. He did Linda's job on ER a long time ago, and he's been a writer for many years. He was on private practice. And then Nasser, who's our surgical fellow, who he's just with us for about 2 seasons now. So the 4 of us are in the writer's office. Yes, we put in the script. And then it's Linda on set making it happen. It's Angela on props making it happen. It's the Bermans. It's Matt. It's Scott. Like, we just do the writing side, and then, it goes to production, and they all...
just do the writing side.
Well, but you know...
Well, you replace all the medical with actual medical terminology.
That's true. So if writers are writing a scene, and they don't know it, and I don't know it, but the doctors know it. So, Meredith Medical's the medical. They'll fill that in, and then Linda makes it happen on set, and that's what you see in the cut.
Excellent. Yeah. So now, give us a little bit of background on this. Like, how did you become a medical researcher? I actually see a couple people asking if you had to go to school for this, or is it more research? Is it more medical, or what do you need?
So I myself went to film school, and I want to be a writer, which is why I'm in the writer's office. The researcher position usually is just a writing assistant position. So like on Scandal, she's researching political things and scandals and how to get away with murder. It's legal stuff.
How to get away with murder.
Yeah, exactly. They're researching murders. But our show, obviously, I'm researching medicine. And so although I enjoy medicine, and I thought for a long time that I wanted to be a doctor, I have no background in that whatsoever. So it's really cool. I love it so much, but really it's a step to being a writer kind of thing.
And do you think doing this kind of research, it's obviously going to help you down the line as a writer because it's just exercising that research muscle, maybe?
Oh my gosh.
Even if it's not medical down the line.
Yeah. I just think that and the writers say it too, writing for the show is like the hardest writing job, because our show is so, we have like 85 characters, I think. No, but
3,627
something. It's
count.
crazy. And you're working in multiple medical stories and personal stories. So yeah, being able to figure out how something so complex like that works, I hope and I believe will make everything else down the line hopefully a little bit easier. God.
You'll be able to go,
a job harder than this show, like, I can't imagine.
Right, that's how you have to look at it. If you got through this,
right,
you can get through anything.
Exactly.
Someone just asked, do you ever get grossed out? Now, the episode we were watching yesterday evening,
yes,
which, and as always, there always has to be some point during our live Twitter feed where Angela posts a disgusting photo, and I respond with the storied words, ick.
Ick, yes.
So, has anything grossed you out?
Definitely. I'm trying to think. Oh, I can't talk about it. The one we're doing now,
okay, spoilers,
which is,
we'll come back to that.
It's episode 11.
Yes,
there's a patient we highlighted in 11, and my job for these production meetings goes from writers to production is to find pictures on the internet and send them out as reference photos, and that one was really, really hard.
And Rob is always calling me into his office, come here, look at this, and he'll say, Barbara just sent me, and all he has to say is, Barbara just sent me, and I refuse to go look. Just saying.
Yeah, when I started, it was definitely, the ick factor really got to me more, but you just kind of get used to it. It's weird.
You roll with it.
You do, yeah. And not a lot shocks me anymore, but sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard.
So now, speaking of our medical study, do you have a favorite medical story that we've done or that you've researched or that maybe you found and presented to them or anything like that?
I think my favorite, at least in the recent past, has been our premiere this year with the train girls, as we call them in the writer's office. And that one, I love the medicine, but I love when we can also take the patients and tell stories like that impact the world and like tell viewers a story in a bigger way. And obviously that had a lot of stuff about bullying and LGBT, youth and bullying and suicide. And I really truly feel like we were able to tackle huge topics like that in a profound and clear and heartfelt way. I thought we did an amazing job with those two patients, and the medical itself. Like Aaliyah's wishbone fracture was one of the ones where we heard on the phone with our trauma consultant. He's like, yeah, basically the leg is just completely ripped and flipped around and all the organs are just shredded. And that was, I think, the second time I remember just going, ugh, on the phone. All the doctors, Fred, Zoanne, Nasser, all of, and they've seen that in real life, and they were just like, this is too much. Unfortunately, coming up again, but episode 7 is one that I found that I really, really liked, and I think it's really, really cool medicine.
So obviously we're going to have to come back and
we'll
visit with you again.
No. Let me think.